Yo, what's up? It's your boy back here again. Huge Fat Loser on Instagram. Aaron in real life. How you doing? So what's going on today? I just want to stop in and talk to you about some stuff that I've been talking to you about on Instagram. And one of the things I've been talking about is the show Roseanne, right? I put up a meme a couple days ago saying how it's the greatest show on TV. Proved me wrong, right? Well, I think it's doing a lot of things that a lot of shows nowadays aren't. Not even just a lot of shows, but a lot of social media is not doing it. A lot of the media is not doing it. A lot of, pop culture is not doing it because it's not popular. Because the more you choose one side or another, the more followers you get, the more retweets you get, the more reposts that you get. People will repost your stuff because, oh, look, this guy right here, he agrees with me, so I'm going to put this out there. This guy, he's really angry, so I'm going to make everybody else angry. I'm just not about that. And I think Roseanne does a great job of really running the middle. And I know that there's people out there who are championing it as like a rebirth of conservative culture and television, and I honestly don't see that at all. And it's because just because she says in the episode "Make America Great Again" or whatever, I think that people are overblowing that with that because of how she is in her personal life, that's what she's trying to portray in her television show, and I honestly disagree. I think that if anything, the show is making both extreme sides look ridiculous, and then you have the kids in the middle who the kids are like us, well, like me anyway, who is in the middle of the road, who has to live amongst, my family's the same, not the same, but a very similar way. I have to live in the middle of these extremes where this one thinks extreme this way, this one thinks extreme that way, this one watches Fox News 24 hours a day and can't shut it off and is afraid to do anything, and this one watches CNN and just calls Fox News fake news, whatever. Listen, I live in both worlds, okay? I have experience with both sides, and that's why I have my own opinions, and I'm in the middle. I'm registered independent. I don't believe in politics and whatever. Listen, for better or worse. But I think that the show is really about the family and the kids more than it is the political agenda of either side in the show. I think that most of us identify more with Darlene, just like, yeah, you guys are all crazy. Here's my sarcastic one-liner. I'm out. And that's where I kind of fit in. And I think that it's important, what I mean? And I think that it's also important that even though you may have different political opinions or different opinions on anything, that at the end of the day, it doesn't cause hate, because hate is what really messes up the world. You could have a difference of opinion. Like, I say this all the time. I'm a cop, right? But you could not like the cops. I'm cool with that. Like, I'm willing to have a conversation with you and sit down and be like, hey, listen, oh, you don't like the cops? How come you don't like the cops? Blah, 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 blah. You could have like a civilized discussion over it. And at the end of the day, I don't dislike you. You're entitled to your opinion on policing in America. And just like I'm entitled to my opinion on policing in America. And I understand why people don't like the police. Trust me, okay? I didn't always like the cops. I wasn't always a pro-law enforcement guy. I didn't always want to be a cop. This wasn't like a dream that I woke up having. Oh, yeah, I really want to be a cop. No, it wasn't like that for me. So I went through a phase where I did not like the police. And I had police in my family. My two stepbrothers were cops. And I went through phases where I didn't like the police. So I get it. But at the end of the day, they were still my family. You know what I mean? Same thing. Like, I have an uncle who I love to death, who posts the most inappropriate things on social media that you've ever seen in your entire life. And I love him anyway. The guy is who he is. You just gotta, you love him. He's not like breaking the law. He's not hurting anybody. He's not a criminal. Not that criminals are, always bad people, but what I'm saying is, just because somebody does something you don't like, doesn't mean that they're not a good person. Same thing, criminals. Just because they commit crimes doesn't mean they're not good people. And is that weird to hear from a cop? I don't know. But anyway, I think the show was very important, or is very important. I think that it shows how people could think differently and still get along, and I think that's what we need right now. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe I am. I don't know. But anyway, that's my 5 minutes. I'll be back here in a couple days to talk about something more fitness related, but today was more spiritual. And everybody have a good day out there, all right? Later.